Hello and welcome back, I'm BBallJoe and this is another review of a save game submitted by you! This is from Illyria and this is actually a follow-up on a Republic that already existed for a long time, and this may be the first one that is using the whole map, and much more important, is completely self-sufficient, so let's see how this works. So, yes, I don't think I have done a Republic that is actually completely self-sufficient like this one, so I'm very excited that it's happening. So, Illyria, how does this thing work? I think we will find a few very interesting facts. First of all, for those that will ask, game settings. How we're doing? Everything is set on most difficult besides maintenance and waste management, which are new. So all of this is set to the highest possible standards. We're at 89% happiness. Awesome. We're at 87% health. Awesome. We're at 5% unemployment. Awesome. We are at no uneducated workers. We have a couple of their own flat, but who cares about them, right? And yeah, no, there's a lot of good stuff going on here, and I just want to show you what you should do, how you should expect this. Usually, and I don't remember the first video that I did on this Republic, but if you want, I'm going to put it up there in that corner. It's going to show up, and please go check it out. That was an older one, and things have changed quite a bit, I'm sure. And yeah, let's start here, because we have gravel here right next to a border post, which is a large border post, which usually indicates this is the starting position. The map, I'm just going to put it down in the description. I think this is not a vanilla standard map, so that is fine. Maybe it is, but probably not because of all these mountain chains, how they're running on all those things. But that is cool. Yeah, let's see. What do we have? We have a very nice looking gravel setup, and honestly, I think I remember this one. It's just in the mountain, it has some gravel, it has all these gravel industries that are sitting close to the gravel quarries. Beautiful, nice setup, couple mods here for some fuel stations, they make perfect sense, and we're using the big trucks. Nice, there's nothing to complain about that. This does not look busy. It just looks like, yeah, there's some gravel happening up here, and it's just gonna get pumped into this thing. There's some construction things connected to it. We have a cableway that brings some workers in to that area, and then yeah, we have this guy. Then we have some coal sitting here for trains. Is this an unloader, aggregate loader? Nope. Coal comes from somewhere. It looks like this may be a coal unloading station. Very cool. Yep, takes care of all the things. Very, very nice. That's I would call this more basic, but it's totally functional and does all the things that we need to do. We're seeing in the background, maybe I should go there next, and it's a theme on this whole Republic. There's enough grain being produced for everything that you need to be self-sufficient with 112,000 people, which that is impressive. Let's look how this works. Old vanilla agro farms. Isn't that cool? Yeah, this Republic has been around for a little while. It has seen some things. Nice setup. Cool little grain silo. We have the distribution office set up. Everything makes perfect sense. Why not? How many do we actually have assigned to this thing? Looks like a good handful. A good handful, actually. There's another farm here. More farms over here, and they seem to do just fine. I'm not going to count them, but I'm going to guess this is about 18 fields. Approximately. And they're all figuring it out. So that is pretty cool. Should we look at Leuna? Or should we know? We're going to stay south here, and then we're going to go back up because I need to keep track of where we're going. Yeah. All right. So that's that. Here's the gravel setup. Here's the city. Maybe initial city? I don't know. There's a nice construction office sitting over here. It does all the things. I usually think cities that look like they didn't have a full plan yet when they were developed are the ones that are the starter cities. And this one looks like... we have to start somewhere, so we have a shop in the middle, we have a couple buildings around it, and we have all the amenities just in the center, and then we just started building things near the border post. But I could totally be wrong about that too. This road over here just indicates that I may not be wrong. There's another road over here that may indicate that too, but I could totally be wrong. So Illyria, please let me know that I'm wrong and tell me where we started. But I'm gonna guess we started, where's the city name? You should tell me city name in here. Beatis. Beatis is our starter city, is my guess. Overall, looks very straightforward. Wow, it wants to autosave. Let's turn that off. Autosave. We don't need you just right now. Autosave to zip. Nope, nope, nope. Just every 20 minutes should be totally fine. Then I know how long the episode is. Maybe that will help. But yeah, that's all this. City looks fine, and obviously everything is functional, so we don't have any silly issues. I need to check one thing. Research somehow is enabled by default, so if you start this, just make sure that you're aware of that. But yeah, we don't want research just because they will lock things that we don't want to lock. So this looks fine. Does everything that it needs to do, and how are the people? Just no job and unable to visit church or place of spirituality. That should be totally fine. You could add a couple attractions here, like the tourism attractions, but that is about it. So very, very, very cool. I don't think we have pollution issues here either. This is another good indicator for a starter city. Some very handy little clothing factories, and this looks like a fabric factory, and then food. All of these require a lot of grain, which is totally fine, and I like the setup. Actually, I do like the setup a lot. Let's look at this a little bit. So we have our central train station that collects all the stuff. That makes sense. We have this thing that is our grain silo with a lot of space. Cool. And that's directly connected to our food factory and the fabric factory, both of which are the ones that require the grain. These factory connections over here just require fabric, and I can get that through the warehouse. And it looks like we may need to up our transport a little bit, but that's fine. And then over here we have some food. And I believe Illyria told me that this one factory is still big enough to produce the food that we require for the Republic. Should we check that? Yes, we should. List of buildings. Show all for the whole map. And I would like something that is, what's this called? Is it just a food factory? Let's see if I can find this. Factory, mine, broadcasting. Oh, there's 100 lines. We're not going to go through all of them, but once we get past the fields, we should be able to see food factory. Can I sort it by this? Yes, I can. Perfect. So ABC. C, factory. No, I'm not going to go through it because that's too hard to find. But yeah, there we go. What does this do? Interesting. Vehicles. Cool. But I think this is the only food factory that is being produced, or that's producing any food for the whole Republic, which is pretty cool. That's good to know. 112,000. And that's nice. And there's a cableway there, just making sure that everyone gets some work. And then a little underground footpath to make all the connections that we require. Pretty nice. And as you can see, there's water and sewage in here as well. So that's really cool. Nice. Let's move on. Yes, there are trains, there are clover leaves, there are non-blocking junctions, there are flyovers, there's multi-track crossover. I'm assuming this had to do potentially with rare construction, maybe? I don't know. But it seems to be working because I haven't seen a traffic jam yet. This, the little loop-de-loop at the custom cells, yep, makes perfect sense. Back in the day, this was the only way to make the rare construction cranes do construction, so this may be a leftover from that. Very nice. Another farm setup, beautiful, and another farm setup, beautiful. It's how much crops are how many crops are we actually producing here? Last year, export, no. I do care about production, and in industries, how many crops did we produce? About 74,000 tons, and that may be enough for the whole Republic to do its thing. Interesting. 74,000 for 112,000 people. And don't forget, you do more than just food and clothing. You also do chemicals and other situations. So that's pretty nice. Leona, let's look at you. Looks like you are... Oh, this is coming back to me. I know I've seen this before. This is coming back now. We have a little TV station up there doing all the things that they're supposed to do. Are we set up well? Yes. Awesome. Yes, awesome. These are all good. These are all great settings and stats, so I know that that's working really well. Chemie Kombinant, this makes chemicals with a bunch of stuff, and it's like acting as a... well, it's acting as a housing unit as well as a production unit. I think this may be situated in Berlin. I could be wrong about that because we are currently in Leuna. I don't know where that is. There's a fire over there. So hopefully... Oh, Yeah, fire helicopters, they will take care of that. This, if there are a lot of these buildings that may be a little cheaty on the map, because I don't know if this ratio is fair. This is really all that means. It produces 24 tons of chemicals. Someone can do the math and tell me that this is totally in vanilla stage, or that it's better or worse. But 24 tons of vanilla are about 30 chemical factories, and 30 chemical factories, they all need 60 people, are 2,400 workers. 30 times 60, yes, 2,400. No, 1,800. 1,800 workers. So this is pretty close. So maybe it's fine. It's most likely fine. I don't think there's a real issue here, because there's another challenge with this, the challenge of bringing 2,000 workers into an area just with trains and other means. So it's not simple. It's not just a thing that you can do because you build a big industry. But this is also cool. I remember this. There's a radio station right here, and there are the other buildings. Let's speed this up a little bit. Control 1 will let you get through the night, and ignore the power outages. We're running this at a very large republic, and it causes issues. I'm sure we're going to see more night later on, but for right now, I would like to stay in the day. But the city itself, look at the morning glory coming back to the Republic of Illyria. Beautiful. And that little red star monument here, yeah, that's a good one. We have a red star, but we also need a golden star for you did really well. I like it. This is going to be a screenshot candidate for a thumbnail. I love it. Yeah, this is good stuff. Yeah, no, pretty city. But we've seen this one before, and again, this city is doing all the things that it needs to do, and it feels relatively organized planning-wise. And I think there's a little bit of public transport going on. Maybe? I guess these guys are missing a little more than what the other city was missing, but they're still doing just fine. What do we have? We have a cinema, we have a shop, we have a kindergarten, we have a pool. That's all the basic stuff. Then we have a pub here, I guess. Yes. We have a monument, another kindergarten. Yeah, no. They're doing exactly what they need to do. We have our little hospital that's full of ambulances. They're doing everything that needs to be done. So, nothing really wrong here. Oh, we have the little Motherland Calls statue on top of the mountain by the city. That's very nice. That's very nicely made. Let's take a screenshot of that too, because we can and we care. Yeah, I like it. Well done. As you can see, there's a lot going on in this Republic, and usually, honestly, this is maybe a bigger feat than just being self-sufficient, using the whole map, using literally everything that the map has to offer to do the things that need to be done. Looks like there's Zwickau and Dresden over here, but we're gonna go down to this place because I don't actually know what's going on over there. So, Schwedt and Molna, yes. What do we have going on over here? We're just gonna stay on the peninsula. Another little rail track overlay thingamajig that looks very nice, and a little tunnel over here to not make crazy grades on the rail. That makes sense. We have a lot of fuel or oil happening over here. We have an oil refinery sitting there. We have a power plant and a pre-existing city. They are hard to play with. They are very hard to play with, and I don't know at what stage these were liberated, but they're not very easy to just keep alive and keep happy in the beginning. So if you did this from the get-go, kudos. If you did this later on, yeah, I get it. I get it. And there's a church here, so people are not that unhappy, and this may help with your happiness levels just a little bit, but that's fine. Ignore all the negatives there, because that was from speeding up the overnights, and that's just going to happen. Cool. Yeah, we have some storages up here that make perfect sense again. There's a rail distribution office out there. There's a little residential area with waterfront views and things that we should care about. This is pretty nice, and they are connected to other places as well. It feels like most residential places that I've seen so far are in walking range or walking distance of everything that they should care about, which is the safe way to go. So if you want to go that route, you shouldn't have many issues with what's going on. But it looks like this city overall, Schwedt, you are just responsible for oily thingies, like anything that's related to oil. What do we have up here? This is more interesting. This is interesting. Industry aggregate for gravel. Okay, it's just like a gravel battery. So this guy is bringing in and taking out gravel whenever it's necessary. It's just stored here for future uses. Maybe I should try that. Like resource batteries make a lot of sense. Okay, now we're going to go to this middle piece that is between the rivers, and we're going to start with what's in front of us. We have our oil center. The oil center has a lot of distribution going on, I'm sure. And oh, this is an interesting fabrication. We have the main line going through the middle, and everything else just goes on the outsides. And there's a full loop, it appears, that connects everything to everything. That's cool. I mean, if it works, it works. And these are well, they're not full there, but they're full over here. So you are probably going to pick up something, and you're going to go somewhere. Don't worry, we're going to take a train ride later on. I don't know which train we're going to pick, but we will pick one. Got some more busyness going on over here. There's a harbor. Let's look at the harbor. We have an oil loading harbor. This is probably just for exports. Are you guys exporting or importing? You are filling up with fuel, and you're supposed to take that to beyond the borders and then come back. Makes sense. There's another ship just coming in. Very nice. You do oil and fuel and other things. Why are you not leaving? Because you don't get what you want right now. You're full. You're full. Right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I've seen this before. It's safer to do a cargo harbor or a fuel harbor that is on, what do we call it? That is dedicated to just one resource for your ships. But I'm sure this works still, because it looks like it's working. That one is leaving, so they should all be happy. Cool, very nice. Makes 7 million a trip, 7.5 million. That's pretty cool. All right, let's move on. What do we have here? There's a little ship production that we have going on with a city, Eisenhütten. Okay, Eisenhütten is steel huts, translated, so or iron huts, and that makes sense because there's a little steel plant, steel mill sitting over here, currently not producing anything because he need more coal, and I'm sure they're coming in somewhere. Is that a coal train? Are you a coal train? Yes, you're a coal train. Very nice. And yeah, that's fine. There's Beatrice where we started, and yeah. We got these cities. I gotta say, I will stop at the cities when there's something special to point out. So far, the main thing that I see is these prefab flats are the winners of what we want to build here. And hey, if your republic exists of only a certain type of building, and there are a couple other ones in here, there are these, they still fit, and then there are these over here, they also still fit, then I think it's a very cohesive republic at the end. So that's nice. Just another rail connection over there. That is cool. We have a power outlet right here, and that makes sense because it's right next to the nuclear twin reactor power plant. That is right next to Greifswald. Does Greifswald have a nuclear power plant in Germany? I mean, that's the state where I'm from. It's pretty far away from where I'm really from, but it is there. I didn't know that we have a nuclear power plant down there. But there you go. We have a bunch of uranium going on here, and we have a nuclear fuel fabrication, and we have some crops here that need some uranium infused flavors. Maybe there's another food factory. So I guess maybe there's more than one. Don't quote me on what I said earlier with there's only one food factory for the whole republic, because it obviously was wrong. There we go. But yeah, there's a twin reactor producing some stuff, and it has some nuclear fuel available to get rid of. That's nice. Has a little fence around it. That makes it look very, well, authentic. Let's go with that. But that's a nice setup. I like it. I always like when nuclear power plants are actually used, and look at these. They actually have most of the power connections connected here. I'm sure the problem is more that we don't have enough export connections that we can't use right now, but with the new update, that's not going to be a problem because you can add your own power connections to export to the borders if you want to, which is pretty cool. Ah, clouds. got that one out of the way. So we have Greifswald over there. Yep, we talked about that. We Stringerpool. Okay, there's a little village over here. Cool. It survives. You don't see that every day. That's pretty nice. And then let's go to what's going on over here by the river. Looks like a distribution hub for things. I like it. Like, these are maybe just here for construction. There was a little village, and then someone said, hey, we need to do construction here, so let's build a bunch of things. And back in the day, we didn't have small police stations, so we had to build the big ones. But it's doing it over a river, and there's a little footpath connection over here too. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, this mostly looks like there's construction happening here. That is neat. Hey, there's something over here that we don't want to miss. Berlin! Hey, we made it! This is the capital. Yes, there's a TV tower in Berlin, and this one it actually acts like a TV station. That's cool. And then we have a little headquarter of the community, and Schwansee. No, is it Schwansee down there? Prenzlauer See? Gosh, I don't know. I don't remember the names of the lakes that we have over there, but cool. I can see that it's supposed to be Berlin, and that matters here. Let's see if the tower is actually lighting up at night. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, isn't it? I can live with that. Control 2 lets you jump forward a little more if you need to move things along a little faster, like I just did. If you care. Shop is out of goods. That's fine. They'll be okay. All right. Kolata. No, we just looked at you. Okay, let's stay on this side of the river. We're going to stay on the left side and see what is going on in Turov. It is a tourists. This is clearly tourist attraction for. There's also the Palace of Communism right next to all the hotels, with a little village that supports the workers for the hotels. That is beautiful. A little watchtower. Sure. And then some water. The old town and the new old town. Is this the flatland with hills, like the base map? Is that possible? Very nice. There's Strakharov, of course, because every republic needs a Strakharov, and we are getting a lot of oil from that area, and that's neat. We got a little bit of heat here. It's just like an exchange place because we have a distribution office. We have some drop-off locations, and we have some rail running through. And then, ooh, another city. Oh, and here we have a sewage treatment plant, not seen very often because I haven't seen a good reason to use them, but there you go. You give it chemicals and dirty water, and you get out dirty water. It's pretty cool. I'm sure it helps for not having to, like you, enabling you to actually use water from the rivers, but you're still dumping it in the rivers. There's a little airport. Lovely. Built in the mountain right near the hotel or the tourism area. That makes perfect sense. I like that. And, well, this is a pretty pre-made city. I like it. Oh, and we have the gondolas actually going across the river to do something. What did I do here? There's a cable. Oh, this is is this for cargo? No, this is personal. This is personal carriers. Does it do anything? Are there any workers here ever? This is a... Oh, it's from the airport. But when they get here, what do? Do they just get parked there, or no? They probably have to go straight to here. That makes sense. I like it. It's cute. No, it's good. It's good stuff. All right, let's move on. Have we been over here yet? Does not look familiar. So here we are. We are in Centerbau. Bau means belt, if you're unaware. So yeah, this is our central location for all our helicopters and construction plants and construction things, and that makes perfect sense. Small city because you don't need that many workers, but you need enough to move on. So that makes excellent sense. Stroprani, are you still alive? Yep. I'm surprised by that because I don't see a store. There may be a store. What's this? Here's a store. Okay, there's a small store. Kindergarten, bus stop, a bar. Of course, every village needs a bar, and some heat. So yeah, that's alive. That's alive and well. That's very nice. Lalona, we have another headquarter of the Communist Republic. We have a little accounting office, and then more sewage treatment plant right next to the river. Rail goes right through the city. Every rail fan will love that. That's nice. I do appreciate that you attempted to keep the natural cities as they are and not add too much other stuff to it that doesn't really fit. And you stuck with vanilla for now. And that's sometimes that is hard. Sometimes it's just like, well, I don't want to put this there and blah, blah, blah. But you did, and I'm proud of you. Okay, let's just follow up this river and see what else we can find that's interesting. Is this interesting? Anixa. Wow. Yeah, it looks like all the things that matter, plus a prison is over here. And then the old part of the city is over here. Are you all surviving? Yep, you're all surviving, and you're doing just fine. It's just pretty. Can move on. There's a heating plant that takes care of all those cities because none of these old city or old town buildings have very high density compared to some of the prefabs that we can build. So yeah, you don't need that much heat because heat is calculated by person and they are happy. What do we have up here? It is a construction office. It is confusing to me why it's up there, but that's okay. What was this? This was Lyuslaw. Maybe I'm close. I would have expected to see something crime and justice related here, but I'm only seeing a police station. I guess that is okay. Bunch of unloading. Everything is connected by rail, which of course is awesome. Very awesome. Svidava. Svidava looks like another little tourist spot because there is a little sightseeing tower, and that is neat. Here we have an original chemical plant setup, and it looks really nice. It has all the things that are required. We have some, well, just a pickup for chemicals here. We have all the passengers that can get in, I guess, from this side with underground paths. Yep, they're connected to all the things. I've never tried it with these angles, so that's actually pretty cool to see that. But that seems to be working quite well. You're using the little trucks. I hope they're a little faster than the forklifts, but I like that too. You're using the extensions. When you build your buildings, you don't get the bumper stop there, but if you extend them a little bit with some rail, you do get the bumper stops there, so that's nice. I am realizing that you're not using electric trains. Kudos to you. Many players are scared of the fuel train because they do funny things every once in a while, but you aren't, so kudos to you for sure. That's very nice. And then yeah, these are all looking like they're producing exactly what they need to produce and doing all the things that need to happen there, and everything's kind of connected. I like it. Do we have underground fuel pipes? Yes, they're coming from, no, that's sewage out here, and water. Oh, they're the underground. They're the fuel pipes or oil pipes. I just don't know where the storage is. Oh, storages are over here. So yeah, this is very nice, self-contained, has a little loop going on, has all the connections and all the cargo that needs to be delivered here. So it's pretty autonomous. Once you just drop off some workers, they know what to do. That's lovely. I like it. That's what you should. That's what I always strive towards, but it never really works out that way. Is this our biggest city, Bitterfeld? I think it may be, and it's built nicely on the side of the mountain. There's a bunch of industry happening over there. The city itself, again, it's mostly these types of prefabs, but you can get the feel that the whole Republic has a theme, and that is very, very nice. And there are some special buildings right here. Maybe for special people, they get to sit right next to the rail. Maybe they get just some special building blocks because they are special. Unlike these guys. I do like running the rail really close to these residential buildings because I would like it if I lived there, unless it's a metro. If it's a metro and they're honking at me, then I don't like it, like in Berlin. But I think this is fine. Hi, Rain. What do we have here? We have some heat, we have some distribution, and some technical services. This one is an aluminum plant. Very cool. So this is all alumina centered. These are the alumina plants. Nice and big, full, have everything that they need, and they can produce all the things that we want. That is excellent. And I'm assuming these are bauxite mines. Yes, they're bauxite mines over here that just do their thing. Lovely. This is a nice setup. Rain, 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 go away, isn't there a song? Hey, it worked! I asked for it and it's actually going away. Very nice. No, but this looks great. I really like the setup here. Zwickau. I haven't been here yet. Zwickau Industry. Okay. What do we have going on here? We have some mechanical components. Very cool. And here's a thing. The Republic is clearly used everywhere. The Republic is also huge everywhere. Also, the Republic is self-sufficient. But I haven't felt that anything was really crammed in and super busy. It's more like, yeah, you do this stuff over here, you do this stuff over there, and you do the things where you want to do them. And it feels like there was a plan. It's just like, okay, we're going to do a new city now. And the new city is going to produce this, or this. And I feel like I can see that and I like it. So there are the industries, mostly construction industry here, and power. I'm assuming heat is there as well. Distribution, policing, fire station, all the usual stuff. Then we go to Zwickau proper, and Zwickau proper has some different buildings that are used not lightly. They're just like, okay, if you want to live up here, you get these large towers, you get to see the industry where you have to go to work, and everything else on the other side. But they're not used lightly. They're standing out here. It's a feature of the city. That's pretty cool. The rest, again, the normal, the buildings that we're used to. And then on this side, we have the Zwickau Industry Railway Production Line and Vehicle Production Line and Airplane Production Line. Cool. There's another little airstrip right there. That's nice. Do I want to see this at night? Yeah, I kind of want to see this a little bit at night, so let's let this run just for a second, and we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, this was worth it to turn the night mode on. I like it. Night mode is the easiest to diagnose if you have any power problems in reality, because if it starts flickering, you know that you do have a power problem, you need to fix that. So that's lovely. Let's go back to normal speed. No, I don't want to pause it because activity is better than no activity. Dresden, another city, another setup. Everything seems to be solid. Let's check on these. Yep, most of all, you can't get food. Okay, you have to ignore this because when I speed it up, it doesn't work. We knew that the happiness before was 89%, so just blame me for this. Dresden Industry, you're doing electrical components. And even this setup feels very, yeah, there's some plastic coming in over here, there's some electric components here. There are some electronics assemblies, some warehouses that make sense with trains waiting in them. The trains aren't ridiculously long. We have trams making their way to the drop-offs. This is nice. This is very nice in a lot of different places, so I can appreciate all of that. Thank you very much. Let's move on, because we've been here now for a while. What are these? Big warehouses. Okay, got it. Just another warehouse complex where you can get things done. We've been to Bitterfeld, so that should be good. We have seen that chemical setup there, and more farms. You need so many farms, so just make sure you get all the farms that you need. What do we have here? We have Slobodsk. Slobodsk. I would like to think that's close, but hey, naming city names that you can't pronounce and can't even read the letters in is a challenge. I'm challenged on that sort. Okay, so yeah, there's our city. That works. Here's another. Ooh, there's another chemical setup, and this one is slightly different because this one does not use forklifts. It just uses more pump towers and gravel pushers, but it delivers the stuff differently. But look at how straight everything is. Wow, can we look from the top? This took a couple minutes to build. Is it on the grid? Let's do this. Clicking the wrong button, but I'm getting there. It looks like it may be on the grid. However, I know that this map was started before grid snapping was a thing, so this may have taken some time. Yeah, I like it. Additionally, this tram, this isolated tram line, that looks pretty awesome. You do have enough workers to get in here, so they are all happy. Kind of like this. It's like a little hidden gem, and most republics have something like this, where it's just like, wow, I haven't seen it like this before. And this is similar to the other one with the angles, but it is different in all other senses, and I like that a lot. Very cool. There's some oil that comes in here. There is a little bit of traffic transport. I do like the tram line running in parallel with the road. That's actually pretty cool. Yep, there's a runaround. There's a metro line over here. I think I'm supposed to use that for some beauty shots. We'll see if we can make that happen. And we have some different buildings now, finally. So we are in a different part of the Republic, which is pretty cool. And pretty obvious too. What do we have going on over here? Okay, no, this is where we were? Is that where we were? Just making sure I'm not, no. This is where I wanted to go. Wait, is there two? Oh, there are two of the chemical factories. Oh, and they're copied. Oh, that's beautiful. they're actually almost copycats of each other. The center part is very similar. No, they're not copycats at all. This one is different again. The outside is the same, but it's just slightly different. Gets delivered with a metro for workers. That is pretty cool. Let's look at this one a little closer. They have trees here. This chemical park has trees. The others don't. Now a steel factory, we have a bunch of iron and coal probably coming through here. Yeah, this is iron, that's coal, very cool. We've seen those before, so let's just move on. We have another farm. I'm a sucker for having the farms with the trees in between the fields. I think that's pretty, and it does take a little bit of time out of your day to make that happen. So just kudos to that. I think we're getting close to the end here. We have the Parabucia farm. Yes. More farms, and we don't have to look at those anymore. We have just a little bit more stuff going on up here. More oil. Okay, there's more oil supply that goes to the Republic, and then a little more food coming from there. And a small little city that's called Pretin. Yeah. Someone took out the tree gun. And used a couple more mods that weren't available before. Cool. I like it. I appreciate all of this. Very nice. And there's a little bit of courthouse going on. But everything is really working. Very cool. So let's find the metro that I was told to use, which is up here, and find a metro train to actually let us go on board. And then, oh, there's a tunnel here too. The metro is split up over here. Oh no. I need a metro train, please. That's a regular train. That split may just be there for construction too. So let's just see here. You go through an end station. Where are you heading right now? You're heading towards the end station, which is right there. I am assuming you're probably going to leave right away. So we're just going to follow this guy. Yeah. Thank you, Illyria, for sending me this again, showing the update. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful Republic, and obviously is working really, really well, which makes it even better. So thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. I hope you guys liked it too. If you guys have a Republic that you want to share, I will say this. I've been a little more selective about what I show, but all I really need is 10 to 15 minutes of a Republic that I can show things about. If it's not just a one thing, if there are multiple things, I can probably make a video about it. So feel free to send it to me. And if you feel like you want to wait until the next update drops, that's totally fine. There's no harm and no foul in that at all. Just come on by, because I think people want to see what you've done, what you've made, so that they can see if they can do it better, worse, the same way, or if they know if they're on the right track. So thank you very much for watching. We're going to wait for this guy to come out, and that will be our final parting shot. There we go. We're going to go at single speed, because otherwise it's just a slideshow. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.